Hey guys, here I am getting ready to thrill and excite you with another awesome math video. This one is about multiplying by powers of 10, and I'm going to start with the basics because it's always better to start with what you know, not with what you don't know. And all of you guys know at least something about multiplying by powers of 10 because I bet you could all tell me what 2 times 10 is and what 3 times 10 is and what 4 times 10 is. I'm sure you can all do that. So, always start with what you know, not with what you don't know. I want you to go ahead and get a piece of paper and pencil, and I want you to be taking notes while we go through this. Pause this video, write down these equations, and answer them. And then when you unpause the video, your paper should say that 2 times 10 is 20, and 3 times 10 is 30, and 4 times 10 is 40. And that is, I think, pretty easy. And what I want you to notice is the fact that when we multiply by a power of 10, and when I say a power of 10, I'm talking about multiples of 10. So 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, these are all powers of 10. You want the number of zeros on both sides of your equation to match. So when I multiply 2 times 10, if I didn't know that for some reason, I could multiply my non-zero digits. So I could do 2 times 1 equals 2. And then as long as my number of zeros match, my answer is correct. I have 1 0 on this side of my equation, so I must also have 1 0 on this side of my equation. So now you're probably wondering, okay, Miss Lynn, you said something about powers of 10. 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. How does that work? Well, if I'm going to multiply by a power of 10, I can do 2 times 100. I can multiply my non-zero digits, which are 2 and 1. That gives me 2. And now I need to make my number of zeros on each side of my equation match. I have 2 zeros on this side of my equation. I also need to have 2 zeros on this side of my equation. And I can do that with any power of 10 by multiplying my non-zero digits first and then making my zeros match. So in this expression, 3 times 300, these are my non-zero digits, 3 times 3. And now I need to make my zeros match. I have 2 zeros on this side of the equation, or the equal sign, so I also must have 2 zeros on the product side of my equation. I can do that with any power of 10 multiplication problem. So I could do 25 times 20,000. The same system applies. I'm going to multiply my non-zero digits, which are 25 and 2. I bet you guys know, like, how many cents do you have if you have 2 quarters? 50 cents. Now make your zeros match. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros on this side of my equal sign. So I also need to have 4 additional zeros on this side of my equal sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I just have to put my comma in the right place. Okay, let's do one more. This is what I call a micro lesson because I'm trying to be kind of speedy. Let's do 35 times, let's do this. Okay, now this one's a little harder. 35 times 4. These are my non-zero digits. So I'm going to multiply 35 times 4. You can do that any way you choose. If you like to multiply using the US traditional algorithm, you can do that. If you can do it in your head, you can do that. however you want to multiply. I like to kind of challenge my brain a little bit, so I'll do it my number talk way. So I'll do 30 times 4 will give me 120, and 5 times 4 will give me 20, so this is 140. Okay, so I multiplied my non-zero digits, 35 times 4. Now I need to make my zeros match. I need 2 additional zeros to match these on this side of my equation. This 0 doesn't count. This 0 goes with the multiplication that I did for my non-zero digits. So I need 2 more additional zeros. 1, 2. And then I just put my comma in the right place for 14,000. So this is what, when people say multiplying by powers of 10, they're kind of challenging you to use what you know about this pattern to do the multiplication quickly and easily. Multiply your non-zero digits first and then make your zeros match.